Very good evening to everyone. We are here with yet another virtual session, and today here we are with Dr. Anagha Narasimha Prasad. She has completed her graduation from RGHS, Bachelor's of Science in Naturopathy and Yogic Sciences. In 2014, she have completed, and now she is in San Francisco State University doing Bachelor's of Science in Dietetics, and she has completed that too. And she is doing intern. She had done internship dietetic intern at the Well Solution OU. So she have been doing all these things in her graduation itself and post graduation. She had certifications, honors, and membership in different sectors. Internationally certified yoga instructor, American Society of Nutrition, Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, Human Social Behavior Research. So these are the courses and certificates she have done, and publications. She had done effect of electroacupuncture, massage, mud and sauna therapies on patients with rheumatoid arthritis, which was published in the Journal of Ayurveda and Integrative Medicine 2015. She was the speaker, presented the findings of the above publication at Advancing Health and Wellness with Cultural Humility in Asian and Asian American Communities Conference 2019. She was a speaker for the topics Effects of Yoga on Stuttering, National Stuttering Association Conference 2016. With this small introduction, ma'am, I welcome you on our platform on your blog. Thank you so much to come on our platform. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this wonderful, great opportunity. And yeah, I'm very much excited to give some of the ideas about what are the futures that you can think about in the field of naturopathy as well as nutrition and dietetics at United States. So can I share my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, as it's been a journey of around 5 years that I'm living in United States, and I have explored a couple of opportunities in the field of naturopathy as well as nutrition and dietetics from past 5 years. So I take this opportunity to share my viewpoints as well as couple of ideas about what next for naturopathy students at United States. Okay, so as we know, most of us are not aware of what are the things or what are the steps you can take after completion of naturopathy at United States. To be honest, there are, of course, couple of courses that you can definitely do at United States, as I have listed here. One, the top one is naturopathic medicine. It's been affiliated at couple of states at United States, as well as they are at limited institutions, but though they are one of the prominent degree at couple of private universities, which I will be talking at the further slides. But naturopathic medicine is one of the top one. And apart from that, you can do a post-bachelorate degree in nutrition and dietetics. This is something what I explored, and I will be talking more in detail in further slides. And also you can do a master's, which is a bridge kind of course with which will be a continuation of post-bachelor's along with master's. So what post-bachelor's is particularly tells is that, so post bachelor's is a kind of a shift course. So if you are major, they consider in United States, they consider major course which you will be graduating with a bachelor's or something like that. So what post baccalaureates talk about is, suppose you have a degree in naturopathic medicine, so you want to continue a career in nutrition. So that's kind of a different coursework. So post bachelor's is a kind of a bridge course that helps you to continue with couple of coursework which are connected with naturopathy as well as nutrition, so that you get a bachelor's degree in nutrition by considering couple of credits from the naturopathic degree. So it's kind of a bridge course. So once you complete this post bachelor's, you have an opportunity to apply for a internship, which in turn help you to get a license in a particular field. Suppose if I am in the field of nutrition and dietetics, I completed post bachelor's. After this, I will be completing my internship soon. Once I have my internship, I get an opportunity to sit for an accreditation board exam. So once I'm done with it, I get a license as an registered dietitian nutritionalist. It's the same thing with naturopathic medicine as well. Once you are done with the coursework, you need to get a license, otherwise you are not considered a legal practitioner. You can do it in other ways, but you can't be considered as a legal practitioner. So this post bachelor's is kind of an shortcut and an effective way to continue your coursework and as well as your career in whichever the field you want to at United States. So in the same way, we also have we can do a post bachelor's in physiotherapy, and masters in public health or global health is kind of one of the recognized field, but it's kind of a shift from whatever we have studied back in naturopathic and nutrition and these kind of things. But masters in public as well as global health is a wider option where you will be dealing more about policies, the health statistics, and more about the global way of approach in the field of health. And also there is masters in acupuncture, and you definitely get a license for all these kinds of degrees. So in order to get or in order to achieve this kind of career path or studies at United States, the first and foremost important steps are listed here. So the first thing is to get the transcript evaluated. So what that it means is you need to go all the way into this RGUHS, which is located at Bangalore. So you need to go there and request for an international transcript evaluation. It's around $1,000 for an evaluation report. It was back 5 years back. I don't know what's the fee structure right now, but you need to get that transcript. If you are applying, suppose for 4 or 5 of the universities at United States, you might need to get some 3 to 4 transcripts from the RGUHs. That's the first top thing that you need to do. After that, you need to make sure whatever the transcript that you have got at RGUHs back in India has to be evaluated properly with the evaluators from United States. So the transcript back in India is not completely recognized at United States. It has to be it will undergo one more procedure. So you have to evaluate the same transcript at some of the evaluation companies. So WES is one of the top company. Apart from that, you can just go and Google at particular universities wherever you want to apply to and see they will have a list of evaluators. So you need to go there and see who are the evaluators, and you need to communicate with them and just share your RGUHS transcripts with them so that they can evaluate and convert the entire record. Your percentage will be converted into a GPA score. GPA is very much important in United States. Anything a GPA above 3 is considered very good. So you can do that GPA conversion thing at United States evaluators, some designated evaluators. And then is the TOEFL exam. So since we are an international applicants, they definitely want to see your English vocabulary and your skill set. So they definitely ask you to take a TOEFL exam. This is just a simple English speaking, listening, and reading based exam. So that matters a lot. So you need to do that. Since our second language was English, our first language was something else, they want to evaluate that. So you need a TOEFL exam. And also a couple of universities ask for GRE exam if you're applying basically for masters and some PhD level coursework. GRE is very much needed. So it's more about math as well as English based, analytical based exams. So you have a math as well as English test, which will be combined together. So you need some preparation for GRE. And then the main thing is to shortlist the universities wherever you want to apply. So while you are applying for any of the post baccalaureate degree as well as master degree, you need to make sure that degree has to be considered by Student and Visitor Exchange Program affiliation, that is called SEVP. So that once your degree has been approved from this SEVP, you get an I-20 form, which I will be discussing in the next slide. But your all the universities, just you need to make sure it's not a private sector where you won't get this SEVP. You need to get this. It's very much important if you are an international student. And then as the statement of purpose. So this is something that talks about you, your journey, your story, your history. So you need to just make sure you write a very effective personal statement which talks about why exactly you need to apply for a course, whichever the degree you would like to. So what are your short-term goal as well as long-term goal, and why do you need this particular degree. Then you need to have a good work experience in the particular area. Suppose if you want to study a naturopathic degree in United States, then you need to have some background in the same field of naturopathy. Or if you have some background in the field of yoga, you can try and connect in an holistic way, saying, okay, I know naturopathy and I did yoga, so having a work experience in these two sectors helped me to develop so and so personally and spiritually. You can just try to connect the work experience, but having a work experience in the particular sector matters a lot. And then you definitely need this letters of recommendation from your professors as well as lecturers, which talks about you and your academic performance. Then the most important thing is the loan. So if you are a student coming through F1 visa, so you should definitely get an approved loan from a in like a private based bank, or you can also get an international loan from American banks. So there are a couple of rules and regulation. If you get Indian private bank loans, your interest rate will be more, but still you might get an loan until 15 lakhs or until 30 lakhs or so, which I'm not so much clear about, but you can reach up to 30 plus lakhs. So you should have a proper loan which is being approved. So all these are one of the very important steps that you need to consider if you are interested to apply for any of the universities at America. Then the visa is something, it matters a lot at United States. So I come from a different visa, and I just gathered a couple of information about F1 visa. So F1 is particularly for students. students who don't have a background or any no residents living here at United States, most of them take this route in order to get a master's or bachelor's degree at United States. So F1 visa, in order, as I was talking this, so in order to get an F1 visa, first and foremost thing is to apply and get your admit from the particular university, whichever you would like to do your further studies at. So that university has to be approved from student and visitor exchange program certified. So it has to go through this process, so that you get this I-20. I-20 is a form that you will be submitting to the embassy or the visa consulate, US consulate. You will be going there and having an interview and submitting your I-20 form and getting approved from the embassy department, so that you will be ready to visit to United States. Then the next thing is the health insurance. This is something very much mandatory. So along with visa, you have to purchase an health insurance, which is again, whichever the university that you will be applying to, they will be having a collaboration with so many health insurance companies. So you need to purchase this. And then like you have an opportunity to study on campus, and you can study full time, and also you can work parallelly at so many universities whichever you are applying for. So I had an experience working and studying on campus, so you can earn couple of like you can earn money while you're studying, so that you can pay for your stay and your food and everything. So it has an opportunity to cover some chunk of your investment, or whatever the thing that you want to pay for, you can pay through your pocket. So you have an opportunity that is called CPT. So mainly the internships, while you maybe you're in first year and you get an opportunity to work part time on campus, so you can use that CPT in order to work and earn money. So once you are completed, suppose in my case, I completed my degree last year. So once I'm done with it, I get this OPT. OPT is called the optional practical training. So you will, it's a kind of EAD. EAD is employment authorization. So you have a permit to work at United States. So you need this EAD to work anywhere on, not off campus. It's not on campus, off campus. So wherever you want, once you are completed with degree, suppose in some health sector or some hospitals, some corporate wellness, wherever you want to work, you need this EAD. So if you are on F1 visa, you get 1 year of EAD. After that, if you are able to get a company, get a job, that's well and good. So your EAD will turn from F1 visa to H1 visa, which is called work visa. So it goes in a kind of a process, F1 to H1, H1 to green card. So many things goes on. So you need this EAD. And if suppose say if you didn't get a job in first year after completion of degree, your EAD get extended for 2 more years upon the request of extension. And by then you have to search nowhere or less, you need to search a work, so that you are able to say that, hey, I have completed my work, completed my studies, and now I have got a job. So just go with the next process of work visa. I'm done with the student visa and I am ready to work. So this is how something, this is very kind of a tricky thing. It's pretty headache and stressful as well, but all F1 student goes through this OPT process, 1 year of EAD and then get a job. If no job, 2 years of extension, and during that period you need to get a job. That's how it works. So you will be following all these procedures once you get the admit. to whichever the universities you applied for. Okay, now I would like to talk some, these are some information which I have collected personally and I would like to share with you all to get to know what are the opportunities after naturopathy in United States. So naturopathy is similar to whatever we studied back in India. It's a 5 years, once again, a 5 year solid course at United States as well. So it is similar to a bachelor degree as we did in India. So it goes with 4 years plus 1 year. Maybe it's again an unpaid internship. It's not a paid internship, it's an unpaid internship. So there are like just handful of universities, and most of the universities that are popped on the screen are private sectors. They are not public sectors. So there is a huge difference between a private as well as public sector, which I will be talking in my next slide. So all these universities are kind of top universities. So once you are graduated with any of these above mentioned universities, you are ready to go to write the licensing exam, which is called as NPLEX. So it's a nutrition board exam, naturopathy board exam for naturopathy practitioners and licensing. So it's basically an accredited licensing exam. So you are ready to go once you completed 4 years plus an year of internship. But in some cases, in case of Indian naturopathic student who have already completed 4 years of academics, they might have an opportunity here to shift to a post bachelor's. So as I was talking about post bachelor, it's kind of a bridge course that fills couple of requirements from the university to be completed within a span of 2 years or so that you will get one more degree here at United States. Once you have the degree, you get an opportunity to apply for an internship. Once you complete the internship, you are eligible to write a licensing exam. So there are this Bastyr University at Seattle, Washington, has an opportunity of post bachelor's. So this was kind of a I recently explored about the post bachelor's in naturopathic degree, which is amazing. So you might complete the coursework within a span of 2 years. So instead of completing in 4 years, you get to complete in 2 years, which is amazing. But one of the catch thing that I saw was you have to be an US citizen. So you have to just talk to the internship director and tell about your thing, your experience, and see how they are gonna approve the bachelors from India. So many of the universities just take the prereq, but they don't approve complete coursework from India. So you need to talk with the director in order to get a clear picture if the credits are being transferred for the degree to continue as a post bachelor's in naturopathic medicine at United States in order to get approved for your accreditation exam, which I was talking about, the NCLEX. Okay, now the important thing is about the fee structure. So this is something that I got from Bastyr University website, but you need to explore from all other universities. This is just to get some brief idea about what to expect or what kind of fee structure to consider for loan and the next procedures if you are interested to come to United States. So as I was talking about private and public universities, so Bastyr is a private university. Most of the naturopathic universities are private. So private universities don't have a differentiation between an in-state resident and an out-state resident. An in-state resident always get a deductible fee structure, which will be just half an amount of whatever the fees that is popping here. So, but the private universities have common procedures, a protocol that is being followed. So they have a fixed amount. Say here, a doctor of naturopathic medicine for first annum for an year, it costs about $41K. So this is kind of pretty expensive, and also you need to pay the similar amount for 4 years. So you have to make sure you get a loan approved for this. So I have also posted for acupuncture, you can estimate about a 19K for per annum, and for others like Master of Science in Nutrition, it might take about 30K per annum. So it differs between university to university. If you are in the private university, you always can expect more money. It's not less bracket for in-state and out-state resident. It's the same for everyone. So you need to pay the same amount. So it's kind of expensive. And then, okay, now I will talk something about my course. So I did my post-bachelor's in nutrition and dietetics. So this is something, it is similar to all other coursework. If you are going for physiotherapy or acupuncture or even naturopathic medicine, I would like to talk how do this prerequisites work at United States. So first and the foremost thing, they ask for pre-requirements. So we have a naturopathic degree, right? So we have already completed a coursework saying biochemistry. You have already completed in your first year. Anatomy, you have completed in your first year. And physiology, you have completed already. And maybe chemistry if you have already completed something in your degree, then it will be carried while you evaluate your transcript. You will get the GPA, so you don't need to study again at United States. You're already done with it. So in my case, since I did in nutrition and dietetics, I was able to do my transcript evaluation, and I had couple of coursework completed. As I said, anatomy was covered, physiology was covered, biochemistry was covered, and also the basic nutrition principles was already covered. So I was able to save some money because they just considered my transcript and they evaluated my GPA score. And then I had other stuff. See here, there is statistics. So I did statistics, and I did this management in food production. I did experimental food study, and I also did general psychology, which I didn't do back in India. So I did couple just few of the courses while I was doing my post bachelor's at San Francisco State University. And then this is a prereq. Core requirement is something kind of a prereq. Then as the professional requirement, these are like solid subjects that you have to study no matter wherever you studied before. So in that case, I did no, sorry. In this case also, I was able to get this anatomy, physiology, biochemistry done, but few other courses like this general organic chemistry. Organic chemistry is something we studied in our 12th grade, so that's not considered here. You have to retake that course. So I studied anything without lab, they won't consider that, and they need a solid 1 year or some kind of requirement in order to transfer the credit. So I studied organic chemistry once again, and I studied this advanced nutrition, whatever the nutrition topics that we study in naturopathy, that's not being considered. That is considered just as the basic introductory nutrition coursework. It's not the major coursework. So you might need to study this advanced nutrition here once again, and same the advanced nutrition part 2. And this medical nutrition therapy is so much connected with the clinical nutrition. It's not more about the philosophical aspects that we study in the naturopathic coursework, but it's more a clinical solid base. Suppose, say, if a patient coming from suffering from diabetic neuropathy, in that case, what are the signs and symptoms that we analyze, and then what kind of food that's been prescribed based on the food that are being provided at a particular hospital, and if he has kind of deficiencies, what are the supplements that's being given, so and so, like more a kind of scientific approach instead of saying in an integrative approach. So you will study such kinds of subjects more in detail. So this is something that I did for over past 2 years. And this is like in the nutrition field, it's about 41 credits that you need to study in order to get the this bachelor's completed, the post bachelor's completed. Once you complete this post bachelor's, you have to do an internship. It's called dietetic internship, that is similar with physiotherapy as well. You need to do a proper internship. So that has to be again accredited to an association. Naturopathy also has its accreditation with an association which is recognized throughout the North America. Similarly, even nutrition has its accreditation that's called Ascent. So it has to be accredited with the Ascent in order to apply for the dietetic internship. So once you complete all this coursework, you are ready to go for the internship. And that's pretty competitive. I don't say it's not. It is completely competitive, where you are expected to do a long hours of volunteering or work experience in clinical setup. And also food industries means some hospitals or some school districts which supplies food to students, such kind of some food industry based setup. You have to show them a reference saying, hey, I have completed these many hours of work experience in food industry, and I have completed these many hours. It's more than 200 hours of experience in clinical setup. And also you need to do a community based clinical in nutrition, volunteering, or some work experience. So food industry, clinical industry, as well as community based nutrition field. So all these work experience are must and should in order to apply for an internship. So this is how it works. It's not just the studying at United States. They ask for an complete experience and overall experience. What you study has to be implemented in one or the other way. So you have to work or volunteer and get as many as experiences that's possible for you in order to get an internship. So that's how the process goes. So it's in the field of nutrition and dietetics, but it is similar in the field of physiotherapy. But it's not same in the field of acupuncture. It has its own rules and regulations, which I'm currently not aware of. But you need to talk with the particular university directors and do so many research in order to take that route. Okay. Then, as I was talking about some of the earning options while studying. So, if you are on F1 visa, I was talking about CPT and OPT procedures. So, if you have the CPT is something that you can work while you are studying. So, you can get some part-time job and earn some money while you are studying. So, you can, in that course, you can do some internship. It's mainly on campus. Most of them should be within the campus wherever you are studying. So there you will have couple of bunch of so many opportunities to apply for as an international student. So I got an opportunity to work as an health promotion and wellness intern. So it was a kind of paid internship where I was promoting health to students on campus. So I also implemented our philosophy of naturopathy, yoga, along with the modern nutrition, and brought up my own style. People agree to bring your own style and your own concepts here. So be creative. You can bring whatever you want, but your journey and your path has to be clear. So you get internships on campus. So I also got an opportunity to work as a research assistant. This is one more really and very interesting area to learn from your professors. So this is amazing. So you get to do an hands-on experience in the field of research, collecting data, evaluating the data, doing some focus group analysis, quantitative analysis, and qualitative analysis. So all is you get an opportunity, and again they pay for your work. It's nothing is free, so they will pay you, which you can use for your housing or your food or whatever, like some pocket money you can work as. And also you can be a teaching assistant. Suppose some of the professors need an assistant to evaluate their test or some paperwork, you can tell them, hey, I'm interested and I'm good at this, just show them your skill set. So if they are convinced, you get an opportunity to work as an teaching assistant on campus. And also you get some part-time job. You can work in international departments, student departments, and you also get to work in housing sectors. You should be keep proactive throughout your coursework. Wherever you study, you have to be active, looking in and around to grab opportunities. Nothing comes easy, so you have to be on your toes to get opportunities. And also you might get some of the scholarships. It's rare in case of international students, but still some of the private institutions offer scholarships if you're applying for, as I was talking about, Bastyr University. You can talk with the financial department to see if some part of your payment is being covered through the scholarships. That's well and good. That's something you can think about and deduct some money through your loans. And then what next after completion of your studies for 2 years? So all these sectors comes under healthcare service. So if it's an healthcare service, hospitals are the best way where you can go and work. But with respect to naturopathy, even though there are universities here at United States, naturopathy works in entirely a different way. It's the naturopathy is not covered under the health insurance. Everything in United States work with health insurance policies. If you want a patient, he has to have one or the other health insurance. Otherwise, he can't just come one on one with an doctor, naturopath, and say, "Hey, I have a problem, and what procedures that I have to do, and how much to pay." Everything has to go in a clear path that is stated by United States. But naturopathy, this is one of the the cons or the drawback of naturopathy is it's not being covered with the health insurance. In that case, you might expect some of the challenge. You always get a kind of a private client who is ready to pay you out of the pocket. So it will be expensive for them. So the opportunity of getting clients is very tough in such case. So that's one of the major decision. That's the main reason why I didn't take naturopathy here at United States, because I wasn't sure how it works after spending so much of money for 4 years. And if I am unable to earn back the money whatever I spent, because of the insurance restriction, that won't work. So that's one of the things that you need to keep in your mind while applying for naturopathic based subject. And then with respect to, sorry, something went wrong. Yeah. And then with respect to dietetics, nutrition and dietetics, it's a good way to go because it's been affiliated by most of the healthcare sectors, and it takes accept this health insurance. So if you are a registered dietitian and nutritionalist who had completed the program from the um, accredited department, as I was talking about Ascent. It's called Ascent. Ascent is accredited throughout North America. Whichever the university that you are applying into, you have to make sure that is accredited with Ascent, so that you will get an opportunity to do this dietetic internship. Once you're done, you will get this license saying you are registered, so that you can apply for any of the hospitals. So once you can get into the clinical setup, eventually you have an opportunity to turn to an integrated dietitian. So you have to do like couple of years of clinical work in order to prove that you are updating your credentials, your license. Once you're done, you have an enormous amount of opportunities where you can turn into an holistic dietitian or functional medicine dietitian, or something integrated approach, whatever we studied back in India. You can bring that principles and treat your patients in the same way along with this registration. So that's the advantage with accredited courses like nutrition and dietetics. And it works similar way with respect to physiotherapy as well. They have a very strong background. So once you are done with the physiotherapy in well-known accredited program, you get this registration done. Once you are registered, you have so much of enormous amount of opportunities to work in hospitals, as well as some clinical based setup outside of the hospital setting. So that's an advantage. I'm not sure with respect to acupuncture, because I have heard it covers the health insurance, but I'm not completely sure because I haven't researched with acupuncture. Then nowadays the corporate sector is one of an booming field. Since I did my intern, I am doing my internship with a corporate wellness based company. It's called Bewell Solution. It talks more about corporate industry. Suppose, since I live more in Silicon Valley, so Silicon Valley is in it's a area where there are so many IT companies in California. So I get an opportunity to go ahead and approach companies, suppose Apple or some Salesforce, Facebook. You can go there, say, hey, I'm a registered dietitian. There will be a particular sector saying health and wellness department. So you can work there with the clients one-on-one, doing nutrition-based counseling, giving integrated nutritional approach, anything that they need. So the corporate sector is very much well known. And then the food service industries, say some hospitals, some hotels and some food industries. Nowadays, the vegan food is booming so fast here in the United States. So there are so many opportunities for dietitians to work there. So that's one of the booming field. And healthcare services, suppose there are some companies that are promoting health through some of the apps, as well as some of the website based online profile. You can go there and apply for the job. So there are wide amount of options if you are in the field of nutrition and dietetics, as well as physiotherapy. Yeah, that's it. So this is the conclusion, and let me know if you have any more questions or anything, I'm very much happy to talk to you, and just feel free to, yeah, connect me as well. Since I haven't given the my email address or anything, just feel free to talk to me either by phone or email that I can just give you personally. So yeah, that's it. If you have any question, please let me know.
Thank you so much because it has covered a lot of it. Because when we see to learn something like that, because as a student, as a BNY student right now, we do not know what to do next. But
Yes.
you have given the idea if I have to do studies in US, United States, this is the thing, that is the process. That's what I should do. I do not have to waste my time in searching these processes, and that's what we lack in India as a BNY's community to search what is right, what is correct. And you
Mhm.
have given that approach. So thanks to you. So I do have few questions to you.
Sure, yeah,
So,
I'm happy to answer. And yeah, since I know the tough, like the after completion of BNYS, it's definitely not an easy to get a good dream job. Nowhere it's in India nor in abroad places. You definitely have to have an open mind in order to explore things. And I have come through some, since I knew the pros and cons of so many naturopathic based universities, as well as nutrition, dietetics, so many things. I am able to talk with my juniors and give them some of the viewpoints. And I do have a couple of juniors who are pursuing in the same field as I am doing. So I'm happy that am kind of useful for them to help and clear them with their confusion, and let them a clear path as I'm taking right now. So if you have any question, I'm more than happy to answer.
so what was your thought that you need to study in United States when you have decided that I should do my master's or postgraduate in United States?
It's a tough question actually. So I always, when I was in India during my internship, I guess, so I started feeling that I'm lacking the scientific points. So we talk so much about holistic, and I'm a very strong believer in naturopathy, and I personally do so many things, and I do all this yoga and kriyas and all these things. I know that, but while you are explaining to the patient, I always had a kind of a back step saying, hey, wait a minute, I don't know what exactly is that, because I don't know scientifically. I can't explain stuff scientifically. So I was always searching for some evidence. It's like I know the philosophic approach, but I didn't know the scientific approach. So since my all my search during my internship was in the science and the scientific way, I used to read so many published articles, and I was thinking more a scientific way rather than philosophy, because I feel already I knew a couple of things in philosophical approach. So science, I wanted to explore myself and cross the limits, cross the boundaries, and come out of the safe zone, and and see how the world is accepting naturopathy, and see how I can integrate the approach. Even now, since I'm an international student with an unique background in naturopathy, I'm being recognized very well by the like white community. My in directors like the approach that I give in a holistic way. So I have wide opportunities where I can bring this philosophy along with science, which is exciting and amazing. So I wanted to do something away from the like the normal way what we think as a naturopath back in India. So that is that is the key thing. I just stepped up and, yeah, explored so many things at United States.
Thank you so much for the approach. As a student, I feel that I should learn something which is required for me to earn also, for me to learn also. Earn and learning both should go parallelly hand in hand. But in India, most of the time, I feel that there is a financial sector which most of the students do not have to approach in the abroad, as a student loan may not be approved for them. So, what are the differences have you seen during your studies? Because the finance factor in the students, because their parents are not that much enough to pay that much amount of money. So, what are the things you have faced and how you have gone through with that part of your life?
Yeah, yeah, that's a great question actually. As I was talking about, I came from a different visa altogether. I didn't come here with F1. I came with work dependent visa. So, in my case, all my finance was being covered by my spouse. So, I didn't had that kind of struggle. But with this different course and naturopathy is something, to be frank, here at United States, maybe just 25% or less people know what exactly is that. So it's very tough, similar to it, like in India it's much better, but in United States people don't know that. So financially, financial instability is a lot. It's a struggle, to be frank. So in that situation, for my case, initial, because I got this in-state residency, I did this all in a public sector. I didn't go for a private college. So I strongly recommend any of the student who would like to do his higher study, just go with public sectors, not the private. Privates are super expensive, and no one can definitely afford that. So public is just a half an amount of private. And if you just try to understand the, like after doing the degree, you have to have a definite idea where you will end up with, what kind of work profile that you will get, and how much you will be earning. You have to have that before jumping into the degree. Otherwise, if you don't have a clear picture, you will definitely end up with a lot of struggle here. So since most of the students come here with F1 visa, it's definitely tough initially, because they come with so much of loan on their head. And that's the same with everyone, no matter what. If you are into a master's in computer science, if you are a master's coming from public health, everyone goes through the same struggle, no matter what. But once you are in, there will be a kind of fire inside you to say, hey, I had done so much of loan, I have so much loan on top of my head, so I have to earn now, otherwise you can't survive here. So in that case, your own self instinct help you to explore a lot of opportunities on campus. That's how that happened for me as well. And at United States, this is a land for earning, no matter wherever you are. So initially coming here is tough, because everyone does so much of loan thing, and so much of loan will be on top of their head. But once you are here, that instinct within you will help you to explore, widen up your opportunity for earning. In the first year itself, I started exploring a lot to earn money. So I was able to get, as I was talking about, I was able to get and position as a research assistant. It's not easy for sure, because you will be studying, it's pretty very much new for you. There will be a lot, it's totally a different education system altogether back in India, especially with naturopathy. And here it's taught entirely a tough, difficult thing. And most of them will be, believe me, you won't get Indian community. You don't have Indian students along with you. It's always some other, some foreign whites, and some other people will be there with you. So you always have a tough time with your communication, with your fight, but you get an opportunity. You have a lot to explore. You can just what you can talk about yourself more, saying diversities and try exploring. I got an opportunity to work as a research assistant, so I was able to get so much of money which I never think of. So I was able to pay like one full semester of money from whatever the job I got. So one semester is done with almost a free of cost. So I felt so happy. After that, I was able to get as an intern in health promotion and wellness. Again, that was a tough journey, but still, that instincts make you to keep you on toes always. You will be working so hard. So there, I was able to earn again so much that I never thought of. So I was again able to pay for one more semester. So two semester went with free of cost, believe me. So this happened for me, so I just paid for two more semester. And since I took an a public sector, public university, that was so much less fee compared to a private. So once I'm done, I was like, wow, such a relief. I completed everything with so much less money compared to a public sector private institution. Then the internship is not so you have to pay for the internship. That's the drawback here. But once you're done with the internship, you will earn a lot. So that's the hope that you always have to have. So just getting a loan sanctioned in India is the tough part. Once you're done, once you get some school here, you will have a hope to get earn money. This is from my experience. I feel like wow, I was able to cover up so much because I worked and I was able to manage. So it happens for everyone, no matter whichever the field you are into. So it's the same with even what the masters in computer science or some other subject. Whoever comes, they fight in the same way. That's the same journey even for us. But ultimately, once you're done, you end up getting so much of work experience just in a duration of 2 years that you might not even have got back in India. So that's how. And it's competitive, it's tough, yet it's challenging, and it's more fulfilling.
Maybe your journey teaches me a lot if I am the student, because right now I'm listening to you and those who are going to listen to you. So it's a kind of learning perspective what you have given in your journey. So, and that is required to understand how to grow in the field where you find difficulty in the part where you are learning. That is happening in India. But it is not like that. If we can't learn, we can't grow. If we do have interest, we will grow in the same sector, as you have said in the nutrition you are growing. So, what was the like communication difficulties you have faced during your college times or during your postgraduate? Because that was a factor which every student, if they go from India, maybe 0.1% no, they will feel good, but rather than 99% will have a communication factor which will affect them through their emotional supports and all, like many things are there. So how you
Yes.
have taken these things?
That was really the first year was really tough. So when I came to United States, I knew couple of two of the alumni who did public health. So public health is a field where at least you have some Indians who enter that field. And it's not much, but though you can expect at least one or two Indians in the field. And it's comparatively an easier path because once you do 2 years of course, you will definitely get a job after that. But you will be totally away from naturopathy or hospital setting, which I didn't want to. I wanted to see patients, I wanted to interact with patients and learn from patients, have one-on-one conversation. in such case, I definitely had zero Indians in the field. So initially it was totally tough because again, it's not easy because um, our accent is not acceptable by people here. We talk something, they understand something, they talk something, we can't understand something. First and the foremost thing from my experience that I learned is to just say sorry if you don't understand anything. Just be open, just say sorry, sorry, I don't know, just can you explain me, can you repeat me, instead of just nodding the head saying you know everything. Just say sorry and try to clear up what they are talking about. Be attentive, just try to listen, try to read a lot of novels and just watch some of the movies. And if you are here, that an entire campus will be filled with so many people, so you get to listen a lot. So talk, don't hesitate, just go ahead, talk with people and try to learn from them. If you have any kind of questions, don't hesitate, don't be shy, just talk saying, hey, sorry, I can't understand, can you just repeat. People do that. People are very much sensitive, and since America is a country of just immigrants, there are no particularly saying, hey, he's an American. Each and everyone are immigrated from one or the other country, so everyone has their own unique way of talking. So they are being influenced. If you are I'm a first generation because I came here, so every first generation will fight in one or the other way. So talking is something that's there initially, but do not hesitate. That's the first thing that I learned. And then because it's a field of nutrition and dietetics, and US is kind of, it's a vast, there are like so many things to eat. And we definitely, believe me, in India we don't know so many stuff. And the food culture in United States is completely entirely different from whatever we eat back in India. So whenever I was talking with my classmates, I never used to know the names of the recipes. Whenever they say, I started doing Googling things, saying, okay, what's that? What are the ingredients? What's the name? And started listing out the stuff and trying to get more familiar. And most of the time, most of the food will be meat based and animal based products. So you have to have some knowledge. And even now, and I think in future also I will be learning a lot about their food culture. And as I said, US is a world of immigrants, so there are so many people from different countries. Each country has its own food and their own heritage, and they respect even Indian food. They love Indian food. In the same way, we have to have an open mind saying, okay, they like Indian food, and why not, let's ask them and learn from them what's their food culture. So I always talk with whomever I talk to, or whenever I gather with friends, I try to learn their food, try to talk in the same way. What do you eat? What are your food culture? What's your favorite food? In that way, so that I get to know from them their food culture and their way of eating. So that's one more, the biggest challenge that I face. Even now I face that, but the learning thing that is there within you help you to learn. So you get to learn. But yeah, those challenges, even though I had challenge, I came out of my shell. I was thinking myself I was a kind of more a shy, hesitant kind of person. Once I took such a big step coming here, everything started running around me. So I have to open up myself. Otherwise, there is no way I can survive here. So, in order to exist here, you have to do so. You will come up with those hesitation or shyness, whatever, try to mingle with friends, learn from them, say sorry, and just try to follow their accent and somewhat try to learn and try to speak in the same way so that people can understand better, learn about food and explore food. And yeah, I do have a dietary restriction. I'm a vegetarian and I'm trying to be a vegan. So I have so much of food restriction, but still I have a kind of an open mind saying, okay, what are those animal products? Let me learn from it, because I might need to talk with my patients with that food, and maybe I can make a dietary correction saying, hey, those animal products are rich in saturated fat, so you might reduce this and move towards plant-based things. So you have to connect in between. So in order to connect the stuff, connect the dots, you have to know each and everything. So that's a challenge, but still I'm enjoying the journey. So yeah, that's how it is.
Thank you so much, ma'am, because it gives a lot more knowledge, and I feel that I should not stop asking you questions and continue the same session for the whole day, but it's not in the same way. So, but thank you so much because I have learned three things from you that you should have an idea to where you want to reach after 5 years or 10 years in your life, where you want to stand. Second, you want to have that decision that either you want to do in the same way or you want to change your field after some period of time, so you can not waste your time in some other things and then you jump to some other shift paradigm should not be there for the student like us. And third, you should have a diverse learning factors in you. Wherever you are, to whomever you meet, you should learn every day, every time. As you have said that your journey was so much interesting in part of learning, struggling in part of having certain factors you have to earn and all. But yeah, that is always there that we can earn and learn. That's what I learned from your session. So thank you so much, man, that you have spared 1 hour with all of us, covering so many factors that I know if anyone watch this and they want to study in United States, that's enough. They can contact you and they can just ready to do whatever they want. So
Oh,
thank you with
yeah, I am
this.
more than happy to help people because I know the struggle and I know the both Eastern as well as Western concepts now. I'm still learning. I don't want to say I know everything, but still, since I have went through this process, I am like more than happy to talk to any of the student who would like to take this kind of approach after their degree. And unfortunately, I just missed to add my email ID there, but I think I do have you have my number and I'm on LinkedIn. So anyone, just feel free to reach out to me so that I can definitely help you with
We will
whatever I
definitely, yeah,
know.
yes, yes, ma'am. We will definitely give your email ID, LinkedIn account details. So if they want any help needed, because we have given so many things, if they want any help needed with that information, they can approach to you.
Yeah, yeah, sounds good. Thank you so much. It was really a great platform for me to share my journey and whatever I have done until now. And yeah, I look forward to helping more naturopathy students as well as alumni who would like to take up some other route as I did.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We would love to connect with you with one another topic when you will complete your internship, so we can learn more than that. How's your internship begin and how you have done. So with all these things, we'll connect once again with you to learn more. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much.